look to the streets be talking. Grand evening. Welcome back to the platform. It's Shay Seeking. Uh, Lord. I'm going to take one of these. Oh, that says headache relief. I need some relief or something around this motherfucker. My damn kidney. I don't know what it is about this time. That's how I know. That's another way how I know. I remember I was looking on like some kind of topic pregnancy. Now I told you somebody keep binding themselves. It's making me think about wait, the bluebird. Cause my bluebird died within the past month. Somebody could be starting a ritual because I don't know why I'm going back to seeing a lot of stuff at the beginning of the originals when the one person was in there with his girlfriend and she crushed that bird or whatever as a sacrifice and ripped the heart out. I think that was his first wife or something like this. A lot of that, like me having to look at situations again and see like who is the first person. How are these people numbered? And then I was getting when I think Little Wolf got pregnant, and then one of the Native American girls from that area bound herself to her. And they was like, okay, so if something happened to me, it happened to her. I don't know why they had to do, I can't remember exactly why they had to do that. Also, this daydream energy. I keep thinking like, damn, did something happen to my clone back at the house when I first found out I had narcolepsy. And I used to be sleeping all day. Like I would stay up all night, sometimes like a whole week straight. And then, you know, I would just sleep all day. As soon as I couldn't. When the kids woke me up in the morning, I was so mad. I'd be like, get over here, let me brush your hair, let me do your hair. I used to have to do all their little ponytails, their little Afro puff ponytails and shit like this before they went out the door. And I just remember I can't wait to get, that feeling what you get when you on a road trip or something and y'all looking for a hotel and you can't find one and you finally find that hotel and you've been stuffed up in that car all day. Excuse me, you kind of can't even wait to get up in there. You just trying to dig one thing out. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can't do that. I always got to bring everything in. But, and then after y'all get the room, get up there, get everything, everybody can get in the shower. It's just that kind of energy when you be like, when you lay down in that clean sheets and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You just be like, yes, I made it. This is heaven. This is heavenly. It's kind of like that energy. Like after I put them on the bus and I walk back home or whatever, and then I could just sit back on that couch and I just remember them days because I was so tired and I didn't know what the hell was wrong with me. But I also was having some problems like with my hip and all kind of shit. Like now I'm thinking this whole thing might just be spell work, or this might be also when somebody is making me think back like what was going on. Because you remember I told you I had that avatar dream with that blue avatar thing crawling around in the living room, that spider. So it made me think what happened. Okay, now I also do see that there's a whole bunch of people trying to lead somebody to say something or think some kind of way, and I'm not going. All right. Heavy on the step away, walk away it keep making me think about in the Bible where it's like Jesus just know, or somebody's telling somebody, like people going, somebody tell you look back here, see this is something like this that happened. Somebody could be wrongfully accused. Somebody could have had to step away. Somebody could have been, I don't know, something happened. And I feel like somebody trying to get you to make a move or something like this, right? So this could be something like somebody around and it's like a battle or something like this, or there's a question mark about who's going to have to go. Because like I told you, this area, so like if there was a doppelganger or a clone of like a masculine energy connected to me, and then this family, and like I didn't know that somebody that was supposed to be loyal to me was actually behind my back loyal to my family, it could be like now that person got ties and whatever ties, you know, witch ties, I don't know what they could be, devil ties, I don't know. Okay, because these could be people that always looked at me as like this dumb girl, we got to follow this person around, but we're smarter, we're faster, this girl don't even know what she's doing, she's just floating around here, we all got to take care of this fucking baby and this grown-ass baby. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking that that's why the angels probably don't like, but that's why I say if we dealing with real God, why would God keep that like that? That's why I'm saying something just don't seem right. It's like, why would you give all them people to drop if I'm supposed to be the one waking up with the drop? Why would you give all them people to drop so they can try to change what the drop is by the time it drop? Or I drop it? You know what I'm saying? So he was just making me think about these clones or whatever. And the fact that, like, I show those pictures because I am the one that took every picture that I showed y'all that was on my page. Now, there's that one picture with those cousins that I don't remember taking that picture. I don't remember being there. I don't remember. I would not have been around just those girls. It was nowhere that I remember going where I was going to be around just those girls. Like I told you, those were my supposed cousins in that picture. But there was never a time where, like, I was always with my other cousin. We was closer or whatever, and my play sisters. Like, it really wasn't, if I was going to a gathering, because the families were kind of close already throughout the test of time, like, they would be invited to whatever I would be going to. Same thing with them. If they were going somewhere and I was invited, I would be going with them. So I just don't see how I ended up with that group of cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are not like who I would be talking to on an everyday regular basis. I don't think I've sat down and had a conversation with them since like teenage years or before, or called these people on the phone, even though, because we got a really big family, you know. So that just was like, that picture I put up there, I don't recall being there. I don't recall taking that picture. I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know what we was doing. Yeah, I just don't remember that picture. And I'm just that kind of person. Like, if it wasn't that I was scared of them or acting funny or nothing, but it wasn't even a time when those particular groups of cousins said, hey girl, why don't you come join us for this? They never invited me to anything. So, you know, and I don't think it was out of it could be out of malice or animosity, or people just know what they did, and so nobody was just really inviting me to stuff or something like this. But it's not a big thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Honestly, there's really no feelings about it. I'm just giving us on the channel the dynamic. Okay? So it was making me think that something happened. Because I'm telling y'all, they are doing that ritual. That JonBenet Ramsey is more to that hole in that girl's skull. Okay? Than what we thinking. Even they said they had all the Christmas trees or all them trees in the basement lined up in that cellar or whatever, that wine cellar. But to me, you know, when I read that scripture, it don't matter. At first I used to say, oh, that's what God is saying. Don't put a Christmas tree in your house. It's pagan. Or oh, don't put a Christmas tree, or God don't like when we put a Christmas tree. When I first start getting into this and start just breaking stuff down, and you know, all the propaganda was going on and people was passing around posts and shit like, oh yeah, the Christmas tree or whatever like this. But now that I'm thinking about it, when we talk about this, the Quetzalcoatl energy or Aztec or whatever group this is, and I think it is Aztec. When I was studying in South America, and I was seeing how these people would like do sacrifice, like lay somebody on top of something, And then like a lot of their pyramids in Mexico don't have a pointy top either. They have a flat top, right? And so like taking these people up to the top of something and then sacrificing them even to a top of a hotel room, like the Kanika thing. It just making me think about something like this, okay? You can see them like lay people out on a big old, you know, cut down tree or a cement block or something like this. They will put the person, stab them, you know, and then you will see them rip the heart out or something like this. Also giving me like Daenerys eating the heart out of that man. I mean, that horse's heart or something like this, eating it fully. And I guess it was supposed to be like representing like some type of heartbreak, maybe like a 3 of swords. Okay. So this could be like you getting all the truth about some shit finally. I don't know what maybe this is a mosquito bite on my leg. But you know, it was making me think. You know, and then I was thinking about like the cycles or whatever, if they are using like clones or decoys. Like somebody could have just pulled you out because they found out about a murder plot or something, so you was out because these people, somebody heard plans, God heard plans that these people was going to do something or whatever like this. But I was thinking like, if somebody's fed up or tired of it, what was the use of it in the first place? Because it's not like angels was coming down here filling me in and teaching me the ways, you know. And then I say, oh, that's why this, oh, this, so next time I need to do this. Nobody's doing anything. Like, why are you steadily coming and saving the person and instead of teaching them or putting them in some type of monastery school or some type of if this is like about magic or arts, putting that person in a school like that so they can learn about what's going on with them or the qualities or whatever this is, or putting them so I'm hearing some of these people could have been going back to like tribes that they can link themselves to, and they could have been getting some type of teachings from there. All right, some of you, somebody else took your spot. So all the learning that you were supposed to be getting behind the scenes, occult or secret knowledge, they were feeding this to someone else, okay? It could have been that this person was promising to be with you or something in the end, and then they could teach you then because for some reason then you couldn't go where they were going. But I don't know. Then you're leaving your child. That's what, it would not make no sense for no tribe or no elders to do that way. Because obviously, like I told you when I was doing ancient readings about Islam, about the man like just disregarding his daughter and pulling in the husband of the daughter, and then teaching him the ways and showing him the business and the ropes, letting him have control over everything. That's why I said some of these children must not have been of, or this was something like a ritual. I was watching a documentary about a whole bunch of Arabic men that could have had straggling children around here, and they just leave them stranded. They don't never come back or something like this. And some of these people were looking for these particular fathers. So somebody's situation could be about something like this. It's like traditional or cultural, or it's just what they say, oh, a family curse. Some of that is just permission from family members to do a certain thing over and over and over again. It's not a fucking curse. It's what other people have been doing to your family because they benefit from it, or your family has been always not able to say no to some type of allotment or something like this. All right. Now we have somebody that comes in that's pure, right? They seen as the Holy Spirit. This person don't have to offer up anything to a sinful nation or some nation that they don't know nothing the fuck about. That would be crazy. You haven't conquered me. Even if you think you conquered the neighborhood or the land, motherfucker, I'm still here. You didn't fuck with me. You didn't move me. So, you know, don't come over here taking nothing from me or asking me from. That's terroristic activity. That's not war. Yeah, you didn't say, hey, you know, you crossed the line or whatever. You did this to 2 of my men, so now we're coming at you, and this is a war. Like, nobody's talking clearly to me. Nobody can talk to me really, or something like this. So it's something like, you know, and even if you think that I can hear you, or I'm talking to you, or I clearly know what the fuck, I really don't, and I really don't care. You see what I'm saying? So people think because of these readings that I don't absorb. There's nothing in my readings or anybody else's reading that has led me from A to B of solving anything, unless I know that somebody is on the same frequency talking about a particular subject as me, and I already know what happened, and then they're doing a video and I'm like, boom, either that person is copying me, or they're in my zone too, or that's my second witness that this shit probably did happen like that. Because some people do want to help out, and they're trying to construct it because they could have took a NDA, or you never know their situation, and they're trying to help you see something. And then some people think that you fooled by tarot and you easily influenced by people because you listen to tarot, and then they can try to do a video and try to lead you to go in some direction. And I just be like, I just let out like a little chuckle, or I just turn right off their fucking video because I could just read the energy. You know what I'm saying? But it is like listening to the radio and just changing through stations. There's nothing. I don't get manipulated by the music that's on my radio when I'm driving down the street. You get what I'm saying? But I do think that, again, the 2 stations that I've been listening to for the past 3 years, I just heard that Jesus died for 3 years, so I could be dead for 3 years. It could be even a little bit more than that by choice. You know what I'm saying? Like acting like a corpse, basically not doing anything but laying there, maybe even looking rotten or something like this. You see what I'm saying? I think it was supposed to be 1 more year left, but I don't know if somebody's playing games or like altering time here. All right. Excuse me. So, these are just some things here. I talk about things in general as pointers, not going too far in or too far out, but so people could recognize shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I think we started off as like, why are you then not teaching me how to fish? Why do you like it that every day when you like? Think about this when it comes to a homeless person. You see a man walking his business every day in New York City or something. There's a homeless man sitting there. He always got a cup every day. He there. Now you on fake first name basis. Hey, like, hey, Mr. John. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Something's all right. Excuse me. Every day, or when you got it, you dump something in his cup. It's like a regular thing to you or something like this. But you do got a janitor job or something here. Now, you don't know this man. He could have been working at the same law firm or something 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and something happened and he lost his job. You don't know nothing about this man. But the fact that he's starting here, or he was just this man that you thought was homeless that was sitting at your thing every day, instead of, or, some people could get tired of the person sitting there. Oh, I don't like this person sitting here no more, or I want to help this person, but let me just give them change every day. Some people like the fact of giving their hand out. It ain't much. They want to make it seem like you begging. So I know that the program processor right now has this person that's supposed to be my mate, alleged spouse, being slow to give. That's never really been the case before. Being slow to give, okay? But I know that there's other shit that I'm doing too, and so I'm chilling on that because I know that because of this journey that I'm on, there's other shit that I'm doing right now that would make somebody, maybe pull away a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Nothing like we going crazy on each other, right? So, because this person I could be further on another level, and this person could be further with their plans for the future, shit, with or without me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm further on the inside work on me, and somebody is further building off of what they built with me. Do you get what I'm saying? This could be somebody's situation here. All right. But I was thinking like a janitor job opened up. You really like this guy or whatever. Why wouldn't you offer this person that janitor job? It's not much, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have to have no, this and no credit check, no all this other stuff. So, if you try to give this person the job, maybe they could get that job for a little bit, and then you can say, oh, this lazy bum just sit there every day. But you get to know this person, damn, he not lazy. He used to have this, this are hard times or something, and then you hire this person, you see that they're doing a good job or something like this. It's just like, but some people won't do that. They won't offer you that or something like this. Because you could think, I wish I could do something to get this man off the streets, or yeah, I'm gonna give him some money every day or something. But you could just give him that job and then see what he gonna do. That's what I'm saying. Like, people that say, I don't date women with children, you could just date that woman and see what happened. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like, oh, let me see your situation. Let me spy on you for 6 years to see what you do or what you're gonna do in a certain situation. And then maybe somebody is also like just stagnant right now. This is like a pause zone. and it's something that's holding them back, something like this. And it's like getting, we had stuck in the mud last night. It could be some kind of spell work where somebody has somebody just stuck in the mud, right? And then you could hook up with this person, start working with this person, offer them a job, offer them a position, offer them, short-term living something, and then this person could be like in 1 year or 6 months, like on their own shit, and like the best person, partner, business partner, or friend, or whatever this is, or girlfriend or boyfriend that you had. So, you know, I always like rather be that person that, even if I was donating, I don't like donating when people like, you want to round that up to $1. No, I don't know where the fuck that money going. I could walk past the lady at the store that's sleeping in a cart and just drop $5 in her little caboodle, and she wake up and she like, oh, I could get something to eat. I'd rather just, without saying nothing to her, just walk past, dip it in there and walk past. I don't, I'd rather do it like that, right? Straight to the person. I know where it went. Okay. So I feel like that's what somebody wants to do. There's a narrative here, okay, that you always got your hand out, or you too needy. You get what I'm saying? And it'd be funny when you go through this process, and you know that motherfuckers around you that cock blocked on your money, and it's like, you ain't got no nerve. Don't you got no nerves to say shit to me when I know you motherfuckers could have had something to do with blocking some kind of financial freedom or something, because you was being selfish, or you didn't want my life to change because you knew I wasn't gonna be with your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? This could be anything. This could be a family member that knew that you was gonna go and live in California or something like this. Somebody is blocking somebody. It don't have to be my situation. Somebody and again, I don't look at none of this shit as my personal life. I don't even have a personal life right now. People are like, girl, why are you telling me your personal? I don't have a fucking personal. I'm not even living right now. I'm not having no experience right now. Partially because I don't want to. And this is a cycle or something that has to happen. It had to happen. It's almost like if they was doing fake Jesus, they was taking these people in the background and showing them they enemies on camera and showing them who they should trust and who they can't. But for you, motherfuckers want you to just think about everything. They want you to figure everything out, knowing and realizing that in order for you to move forward, you have to see those things that was in the way. For your race or your group, or for you to wrap your head around something, you are the type. These people didn't have to see nothing. They didn't have to. They was already seeing it some kind of way. But for you might be somebody that gotta see something. Nigga, you can't come just tell me I need to, leave my town right now and run away, and you ain't got no fucking proof as to why that you showing me right here in my face. It don't even mean with my readings, because like I told you, none of my readings are telling me anything. It's just going out. It's just coming in. It's coming through my system, and it's spewing out, and that's it. It is not coming back in my ear. Maybe one or two little tidbits or something. That's it. All right. So tarot is not really what I'm doing. I'm figuring out. People think that I'm being selfish, but it's really, I'm not doing it for me. This is about a community or something, a cut or a wound in a community. This don't even probably have. I was just thinking about that reading. This could be a cut or a wound in a family, like a hidden inheritance that was stolen, or something like this that could have changed somebody's fucking life. Right? It could also change their point of view. Like sometimes you gotta see something with your fucking eyes as to how it is, and it will change your point of view very fucking quick. It's not right that one person know 1,000 people that don't got shit to do with this, and this life is not at jeopardy, to know the truth and all the details that the one person that's in danger needed to know about their fucking life. Why are you telling? Why do all these other people know? You trying to act like you some kind of deity race, and you can't come and tell a person something? Like, what the fuck? Like, somebody acting weird. I don't like how these people acting or whatever like this. They want me to look at them like, worship them like idolatry or something. You not even what I'm hearing, you're not even supposed to have that information. You're not even somebody supposed to blow your fucking head off if you got this information, especially you've been holding on for 3, 7, 20 years and you never said nothing. Those are the messengers. Those are the guides. And I was warned before I even went into tarot, and before I even went this far, that there's something about when I was doing just history, that there's some race or something, like somebody said you have to be careful. You have to, It's something about messengers. It was even going back all to, I always go back to a scene in a war. It's almost like I was there at that war or something. Okay? But this is a storyline I was reading about Custer and them or something like this. Okay? It could have been about Napoleon and Washington and them. It was one storyline. And the messenger came, and I was reading it in the Bible. I was reading it in history, but it was giving me the visual of the same storyline in the Bible. So I was able to correlate those two stories. Like, we might be talking about the same fucking thing. You get what I'm saying? So that's the kind of specialty thing that I do with the Bible and history, is tie in biblical accounts with historical accounts. Word for word sometimes, body count for body count, shit like that. That's what I was doing, okay? But it was like, you could tell. It was like somebody was going to an Indian reservation or camp, and you could tell that the messenger was lying about whatever the fuck they said. And I was just, in my head, I just kept on, I was trying to read the storyline, but it's like somebody lying. So I don't need cards to see as a word girl energy, or as the words also do the same thing for me. Hearing, like I can, it's like hearing somebody's energy. I can hear motherfuckers' energy or something like this. It's a weird thing. Okay? So we saying all that to say this. Because the watchers die, and they have blood on their hands because of things like this, because of not giving the information and watching, or sitting back on their butts, or not pressing the issue. And I don't think that these are energies that we're supposed to be seeing on TV. Now, again, if you're a child of media, or you got media energy in you, you might be able to pick up this stuff on the news and on TV shows and stuff like this too. Or if you're just a thinker. But some of this stuff is like for real. Somebody supposed to be telling you something in the 3 fucking D, like, or in this dimension. There's supposed to be a mail piece coming to some piece of mail coming to your house. A family member is supposed to have heard your videos and say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to her, I'm gonna tell her the truth, or I'm gonna tell him the truth. Something physical is supposed to happen, and nobody did that. Okay? So I was just thinking, like, Source, why you had me? So we're going to move on from that. These are just pointers here. Things that people can take, maybe if you didn't think about it that way, into your life, and start. Some of these things is like opening up a jar. Like, something is locked, like a pickle jar or something, and then you got to tap that thing on the corner a little bit, and then you can open it up. And it's just like, the more you tweak or, think about something, the more it opens up the thing. Like, aha, there we go. Now I see what this is about. I'd like to talk to people like that, because I don't want to be somebody that's mind controlling you or pounding something in your head. Remember this is the way it's supposed to look. Think for your motherfucking self. These are just can openers. You know what I'm saying? Shit, in case your brain is stuck, or in case my fucking brain is stuck, right? So now, with the streets been talking, I just been getting a lot of energy, like stopping. Like right now, I just went to the store and I'm stopped like a couple houses down from mine. I'm stopped at the end of the road right now. Oh, I thought I saw somebody walking up the side of the thing. I'm sitting at the end of the road right here. This used to be my child's bus stop. I don't know. I think a Caucasian live in this house right here, and there's an African dude that live in this house right here that I'm sitting next to. But there's a lot of mourning doves, which represent like the spirit of Jesus being around, and we've been seeing them a lot. My daughter keeps saying, "Oh, look, it's just so cute," and she just keep on looking at them, pointing them out. So we was driving to McDonald's a minute ago or whatever. And one of them was just sitting in the middle of the street. And I'm like, dude, usually by the time you get to a certain distance, if a bird is in the street, it gets up and it flies away. But a lot of birds haven't been doing that. Like, I've never had to, like, move out the way to not hit a bird that was sitting on the ground when I was driving. And I've been having, some of these birds been acting stupid. Like, they just want to sit there and get ran over. So somebody could be tired. Okay, these could be messengers of the air or something that's tired, or these people could be about to be losing their wings. Maybe they didn't do something right. Okay, now we were riding down the street here, and one of those doves was sitting on the. It was just sitting there on the sewer lid, and I kept hearing earlier something about a sewer, like a pipe, or we pulled a card that said drainage or the temperance energy from my Monopoly deck with the pipe, and I was thinking and then I told you somebody was cleaning out the pipes in our house, like using things trying to get all the hair out of the pipes or whatever. It's just a lot about pipes or wells or plumbing or water, like, and that's like water that's contained. And he was just going slow, like he didn't want to move, and I'm like, damn, I'm about to like run you over. And when I came back, I couldn't help it. I just couldn't help it. He was just walking across it, like, and then he stood on it for a second, like, you see what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? Is something under there? Like, I'm just tripping a little bit. Because I even seen some people, like a still vision of like some people traveling in a sewer system. I don't know why. Glimpses of this. Okay. So when I came back from where we came down the same road, and I couldn't help but stop, look at the sewer, and I drove around the sewer in the middle of the street in a circle. I drove around in a circle like 2 times in my intersection right here in my little neighborhood. I drove around it 2 times. What I did was probably, it could have been bad or illegal. I made sure nobody was coming. But, and then went down. I'm like, why the hell did you even just do that? And I think my daughter was just looking like, what the hell is you doing? Okay? But I don't know why I'm just keep seeing like this, action like this. It don't have to be my sewer system. Okay? I was thinking, like, within the past 2 years, there was like 2 or 3 times where I seen these sewer people come and just lip off the lid. I had the same energy a couple years back too, up the street up here, like up this big old hill. But definitely, the people came to the sewer thing right in front of my house. And then yesterday, when that little storm happened, the ladies, we all have these little pipes running through this whole little street. Well, we don't have sidewalks, so we have these little gutter things or whatever. And after that storm, everything, it was like clumps of all kind of stuff was pushed out of her thing. And then a couple days later, she had to come get something fixed. She had to get some cement or something fixed at her house, the lady next door. So, this is not telling anybody's business, because hopefully y'all don't even know where I live. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure 500 people probably have somebody next door to them getting something done to their driveway in the world somewhere. Okay? So, I don't think that that's people's business. I don't think that memories are people's business unless I'm telling you word for word some, like, specifically some shit. Okay? It could be important if there is a case or there's a situation going on with what we're talking about. It might be important for somebody to know why I might say something very sensitive. Like, yeah, when this person used to mess around with this person, and then we was going out and everything like that. I do remember that one weird night, because somebody could be trying to reach from the other side and say, bitch, yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you. That one night when we went and you said, hold on, let me go in here, I got taken. You know what I'm saying? This could be somebody trying to say something like this. So it would be important maybe that if this was something that was a secret, like, it wasn't a secret, but it wasn't nothing that somebody was out screaming to the world. Like, when a motherfucker just start kicking it briefly with somebody. You get what I'm saying? But that could be a very sensitive matter. that you didn't see at the time 10, 20, 30 years ago. All right? So, but it can recover something very important for somebody or many people today. Okay? Or restore, right? Um, So I just keep seeing somebody doing like this, like a crowbar or something, like popping something up, and then just. So I don't know what the fuck, okay? But something would let me know. Let's go ahead and just pull on it a little bit. I don't even know how much more because I'm getting a sleeping thing right now. My eyes is getting real droopy, so I might yeah, I might end up having to stop this video, especially if I keep on stopping like that. We got the 3 of Wands here. So this could mean on this channel, this is always mostly in reverse for us. Like we're not getting something that's coming, or I'm not getting something that's supposed to come to me. But again, this might be able. I don't know why I just even heard like this Gaddafi energy here when I seen this. When I see you, when I see you. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Somebody's eight of Cupsing something or walking away from a situation here. So this could be like if somebody was blocking you or me or whoever this is at first. 3 of Wands, you're not getting something that's supposed to be coming to you. This could be somebody signing up for food stamps with your name. Okay? Somebody could have said you was crazy and was getting a crazy check in your name. And you probably need to know about this or would have need to know about this because this is not true. And this is something that could fucking ruin your reputation or something like this. Okay? Or if you got a government account, that means government access, but on a lower level. But again, maybe not. I was thinking about the projects and shit earlier, depending on who own it, what the real situation is. Some of these people could be the reason why they are having tip-top shape right now because they were not really supposed to be. It could be something like this. These could be plants, immigrants, or plants that was planted in communities for whatever reason. Some of these people, I'm guessing, to get a job done or something like this. But somebody could have been getting, these could be like, you know, just fast relief food stamps or something. Somebody was getting something in your name. It could be a will of testament, a check, something supposed to be coming in your name, and somebody else has been getting this. Somebody could be claiming, somebody could have signed up to work at a full job in your name, and somebody else been getting this money for whatever work you've been doing. All right? You could be one of the main people that this person was feeding. Like, look at this video, and people go ahead and just follow this video and do with this. Like, put your own spin on it, but you kind of keep it on the same subject as this person. But you was the one feeding the flock, or the flock was eating, but you wasn't. Okay? Somebody else could have been taking that. All right? And then we have, like I said, the 8 of Cups. This could be something that could be about to tell us that somebody else might have to walk away from a situation. This could be somebody that thought that they were so clever. This could be also some kind of secret groups working out things for these particular future planner people, prepper people, or whatever this is. Okay? For placements here. Okay? But again, I did see something earlier where it's not them that choose your destiny. You do. But I just feel like whatever these dead zones that some of us could have been raised in, it's not like, it's like giving me like, I'm about to say Dr. Phil. Uncle Phil. When he was telling Will, he was like, man, all this time we all about to leave up out of here and dip out and everything. Why you ain't say nothing? You don't even have a place to stay when we leaving? And he was kind of feeling kind of bad because I think his dad was supposed to come back and he was going to go with his dad. Or that might be, I might be confused or something. But I just know that they were about to move out of there or something. They were about to leave. And Will was acting like everything was straight and everything like this. And he really didn't have no place to go. Okay? So we got the Seven of Cups here. So somebody could be walking away or something like this. All right. This could be also somebody like, well, we're going to choose this person because they had to be homeless. But if you're not really homeless, if you work, if you these super rich kids that just get to take these experiments and put yourself out there like that just to get attention or get sympathy and stuff like this to grow your channel, and you're not really, the government is paying you for doing tarot readings or for crazy checks, or somebody's paying you for not doing nothing or whatever to see is not working, but somebody's paying you checks, then that means that you're doing a job. And if you homeless and you're doing a job and you're not checking in a time slot card somewhere, then somebody's paying you somehow. All right. So somebody is not gifted, but they might be leading them to the top, or somebody could be saying that you are enchanted and you can't go to the top or something like this. You're too high to get over, too low to get under. You stuck in the middle. Okay. But I feel like somebody wants somebody mentally ill here, and that's not going to happen. This person is not gifted. This also could be telling me that somebody's going to have to walk away, and they want to hold this person in high esteem. This could be also a preference of a family that's trying to get around. They trying to anoint somebody else with your salve or whatever like this, or mine, so that this person, because this person will worship them as gods, knowing that they just are stolen crowns. You see what I'm saying? Or their time is over. Motherfucker, I can call out Mesopotamia and all that shit too, but at the end of the day, it's 2025, bitch. Like, okay, let's change this a little bit. Cause somebody got all that shit running through their veins. And then some. So, you know, we could look at that like that, and then what do that mean? Don't sit there and act like some of y'all don't know that you had a rising sun or a rising energy in your family, and you treated them like a black sheep instead of the light. And then you think that the person supposed to believe you that they don't have the light no more. These is I ain't talking about attention seekers and all this other bullshit that be needing somebody else's approval. Somebody might think because you every time you get off the line or something, you go right to music, or you looking for approval. No, not really. That's just the steps that I've been taking. It's kind of like a repetitive thing or something like this at this point. There's no rhyme or fucking reason, because I've already made the decision before I opened up my mouth and got on this line. I already opened up my mouth before I got the fuck on here. I already thought what I'm thinking. You get what I'm saying? So, in my case or your case, this might even be that. Shoot, let me get around here to see if my windows in my car is up. This could be somebody's thinking or something like that. What was I saying? See how that it just started raining and I just totally forgot my train of thought. You know, that's why I said whatever this person was planning or something like this, they deserve to lose this thing. If somebody like try to kill their wife or something like this so they could do something, you deserve to not get none of that shit. It's almost like if these people could get away with this shit, you know, whatever, but if somebody catch them or somebody see it, that was making me think about that Two of Swords earlier on the table, then you don't get that shit. Yeah, I never get to get petty. Let me find out somebody try to take my motherfucking destiny and my money and give it to another bitch. I'm tearing every motherfucking thing down. And you can start that. You can find that bitch after she come back from the dead, and then you could build something with that motherfucker then. After I tear that shit down that you thought you was about to have, like that. Just one time. The fuck? especially if it's a man that know it's gonna be harder for a woman to find something, and this person was just knocking niggas out the park that could have took your hand and took you out of here. But these is niggas trying to make sure they're gonna be straight, that can take care of their own damn self, or they got themselves in a situation where they got a big old nest egg, put and stay home with the kids and everything like this. You putting a lot on the line. Somebody going to work and they gonna have some motherfucking respite after they not working no more. If that motherfucker don't want to be with you or cheat on you or leave you or something like this, your ass ain't got nothing. You know, whatever they saving to the side or whatever they retirement, that's for them. And 9 times out of 10, it'll be at a point when usually it's the empty house syndrome or something like this, and it's too late for you to start. Oh, you just mad because some silly motherfuckers ain't got no brain cells. So this could also be somebody trying to trap you for something and chains on your feet and switch places you are with you.